Hi, welcome to episode 62 of the Stress Its podcast. Today is May 24th, 2018. It's a Thursday, and I'm coming to you from a very warm Metro Detroit, Michigan. It's pushing 90 today, and I'm dying. I hate the heat, and being pregnant makes it worse. So, yeah. If you're new, hi, welcome. Thanks for checking me out. I am a little bit of a hot mess always, and I always get distracted by my dog. It's a pug puppy named Esther. She'll make an appearance eventually. And there's also a lot of stuff around me right now that you can't see because being pregnant, I had my baby shower Sunday. So there's a lot of stuff for her to get into. I just had to stop recording because she got into a bag that she's been really good about until I decide to not pay attention to her as much. She wants to say hi right now. This is my dog. Hi. I'm sitting on the ground, so her butt is on the ground right now. Ugh. This is Esther. She likes to nibble on my finger because she's super cute and it doesn't hurt, so. Because she just like puts it in her mouth. She doesn't like bite. So, yeah, right? Okay, so she's gonna say bye. Hey, why are you always a butt when I show you? Huh? Why are you always a butt? Why are you always a butt? Here's your sock. One of her favorite things to play with is an old sock of Doug's that had like 7 holes in it, but he's still wearing it, so I just gave it to her as a toy to make him stop. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so if you're new, welcome. This is essentially what you get. I don't edit because I don't have the capability to do that. Because I have a 2011 Dell Inspiron. It does not have the capability of being functional in that manner. And yeah, so you really get an unfiltered version. So there's that. And also, if you're returning, thank you for supporting me. It really means a lot that I get to share this with you guys semi-regularly. So I'm gonna stop petting her. She's sassy right now. Oh, yes. So I don't know if I introduced myself, so I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm Stacy, also known as Stress Knits on Ravelry, Stacy Elstone on Instagram. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I am the dyer behind Stress Knits Yarn, which I have some news about, which will come at the end just in case you don't care. But I have a lot to show you and talk about, which I'm really excited about. So there's that. And yeah, I'm really out of breath because, like I said, 31 weeks pregnant, and she's just kind of sitting on my lungs. So if I'm breathing heavily, that's just how it's gonna go because I can't function as a person anymore. Hi. Hi. I love you too. Okay, so I have some stuff to show you. I have been pretty monogamous on one thing, which I will talk about in a bit. It'll be the last thing I talk about because there's a lot. And yeah, but I do have some works in progress. So I kind of got my sock knitting mojo back, but not really, because then I got distracted by, don't eat this. Why are you? You're not this crappy usually. Why are you always the worst when I'm recording? I'll play with you. Okay. So, yeah, it's really exciting news. My sister-in-law gave birth to her second baby, a baby girl. Ow. So they live in Indiana. And my husband, Doug, he has 3 little siblings who are in middle school and elementary school. So his parents went down to help with their older daughter and to meet the new baby. So we were at my in-laws' house with the kids for 3 days. And I was not feeling good those days. I've been having, morning sickness has been creeping back into my life, which is fine because it doesn't stay all day, except for some days, but it's much more manageable than when I was throwing up multiple times a day, every day, and couldn't get out of bed. So I'm okay with it personally, and I only have a few more weeks to go. So, stop biting. Why are you biting? Here's your toy. I'm sorry. So, hey, stop biting. Stop biting. What was I saying? I just got really distracted because I got a text and this dog just really likes my pinky right now. I don't know what's happening. Hey, hey, what are you doing? Don't bite. Don't bite. But anyway, I brought some stuff to work on. I brought my Tenya to cast on, but that's a lot of casting on. Ow. Okay, you're not being nice anymore. Stop. Play with the sock. Play with the sock. I might have to stop, because if she doesn't stop, I have to put her away for a little bit. Because we don't bite, because we got a baby coming. Why? Esther. Play with this. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway. Please stop biting me. Okay? Good puppy. Good puppy. Shh, good puppy. You just went outside, so you don't have to poop. I know you don't have to. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I brought my Tenya to cast on, but casting on over 300 stitches when I'm with children just didn't sound like the greatest idea, and doing lace work didn't sound great. So I brought socks in my field bag, which I love, and I am itching to buy another one because I have an issue. I have a problem. Esther, you're so cute. I also just find, okay. Anyway, yeah, so fringe field bags, I love them. They are, they're a chunk of change, but, excuse you. She's nuts today. There she is. Okay, but I don't know, I really like how sturdy they are. I don't know, I just love them. I talk about them every time. And I just need to stop being apologetic for liking these because I don't buy bags. So these are the bags I buy. And I have 2, but I really fell in love with the natural cream colored one and the charcoal one. So we will see. Anyway, I have been talking about nothing for far too long. So I have, go play. I have 2 socks in here. So the first one you've seen before, it is my Hermione's Everyday sock in my Sweet Stress Folk colorway. Stop, please. It's my Sweet Stress Folk colorway, which I dyed for Jacqueline of Brooklyn Knit Folk, Julie of Sweet Sparrow, and me. So this is the first one. It's been done for a bit. Very true to color. I just love it. And she's gonna knock over my coffee. I'm sitting on the ground because I can't sit on this couch and look like a person. So, because I just look like a blob on the couch. My belly's getting so big. Okay. So, yes. Sock number 1's been done for a while. And then, so sorry for the squeaking, but it's the only way she's not gonna bite me. She just wanted to play, of course. Oh, that's not good. Okay, anyway, I have sock number 2 on the needles. It's 1 or 2 repeats shy of where I need to do the heel. I will probably work on this, I don't know, this week maybe. I like to bring socks to church to knit on because they're mindless and just whip out like an inch or 2 in an hour, which is great. So yeah, so there's that with my Sugar Tots Narwhal stitch marker, 2x2 rib, Licka size 1 needles. So that is the one sock that I'm working on. Here it is in the cake. Let's put it on this side, see how, yeah. I just love this colorway so much. Really do. Yeah, and then next I have a sock blank sock, which this is one of 2 sock blanks that I have in my stash. And I wanted to knit with it for a really long time because it's one of my favorite colorways. And I think I just love it more so for the name because it's not really my comfort zone, but it's also fun to play with colors that are outside your comfort zone. So, yeah, so I had a sock blank from Kemper of Junk Yarn. This is her Sylvia colorway based off of Sylvia Plath, and if you know me, you know I love Sylvia Plath very much. The Bell Jar is my favorite book. So, yeah. So I think it's called like Sylvia Remix. I have the ball band. What am I doing? No, it's just called Sylvia, but Junk Yarn, Sylvia colorway on her smooth sock blank, which is a 75/25 superwash merino nylon. So I cast this on while I was at my in-laws, and this is what I have. So I think I'm gonna do another inch or so and then do the heel. I'm knitting these on Addy Turbo Sock Rockets, which are my favorite needles right now, which is, I don't know. But yeah, I love how this is working up, and it's just fun to knit on. Yeah, so those are my sock whips. And again, I don't really have the sock mojo that I used to have, which is fine. I don't know. I'm much more in a shawl mood. So with that, I have been working on my eyeball shawl. It's taken a little bit of a hiatus because I ran out of yarn. I just dyed some up, so I'll start working on this again once my next whip is done. But yeah, so this is the eyeball shawl by Stephen West. I was very against it when it came out because I thought it was kind of stupid, which is kind of, and by stupid I just mean I am not very into the, I don't know, just, it was just too out of the realm for me. I didn't understand why anybody would want to knit a giant eyeball, and then I saw it knit up. The one that really got me was Kelsey of Primrose, hers. I saw that one and I just fell in love. So I had to make one. So in the center is my etchings colorway on my singles base. The iris is my solstice colorway on the sparkle base, and the sclera is the birch colorway on my soft base. So I have one side of the sclera done. It's huge, so you can't really see the shape, but it looks like an eyeball. And I am about 2/3 of the way done with the second part. So I just need to attach the new skein and get going. But this should be done relatively soon. Maybe next time, I'm not sure. But yeah, I really, really like it. So we will see how that progresses and how I feel when it's done. But it's just fun, and I really wanted to play with color and do some weird construction, so it fit the bill for me. So there is that. So the next thing that I've been working on surprised me. I don't know. I was not expecting for this to happen. I was just sitting down one day and I was like, I really want a big shawl. I want a big triangular shawl. I don't want it to have a spine. I just want it to be a big, cozy, wonderful thing. So I was looking through Ravelry. I found things similar to what I wanted, but I didn't find the exact thing that I wanted. So I was thinking, and I started sketching what I wanted. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep looking and see if I find anything like this. So I looked for a few days, did some keywords on Ravelry, and I didn't find exactly what I wanted. So I cast on a design. I'm gonna put it in quotation marks because, I don't know, I feel weird calling it that because I'm not a designer. This isn't anything fancy. It's not groundbreaking by any stretch of the imagination. It's just, I wanted something specific and I couldn't find it, so I used the knowledge that I have and I made it myself, but I did write it down because I am gonna release it. Which I'll talk about in a second. So I'm gonna show it because, again, it's not anything super groundbreaking. And okay, so this was not intended to be faded, but I wanted to knit it so badly and my yarn wasn't drying fast enough because it's really humid. So I did fade it, but that was not the intention. So we'll talk about it in a second. So here it is. I am close. I almost lost some stitches. I am fairly close to finishing this. I will probably finish this tomorrow. But I have the entire pattern written out by hand because that's how I do things. I just need to type it up and save it as a PDF because, yeah, I would like some people to test knit it. Oh, it feels so weird because, again, not a designer, never intended to be one. It's just one of those things I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to do that. But then this just popped into my head and I kept going and I fell in love with it. So, yeah, another thing that I really wanted, so I wanted something super simple, and then I really wanted something that didn't have a million stitches at the end, even though it was a big shawl. So I did a sideways construction. It's just a triangle. But right now it is my wingspan. I'm 5'2"-ish. And this is obviously before it's blocked. But I am going to finish out this skein of I Smell Snow. So I'm going to do another repeat. So I'm almost to another eyelet section. I have about 10 more rows, and then an eyelet section, and then I'm going to knit another garter section and then bind off. So it's essentially done. it's just a lot of knitting. But I love this. So, it's gonna be weird. But, if you would like to test knit this, I set up a Gmail account for Stress Knits. I will have it in the down bar. It's just stressknitsyarn@gmail.com. If you would like to test knit, please email me. It is a 2-skein shawl, 200 grams of a fingering weight. And yeah, so there are going to be instructions for fading if you want. There are instructions for color blocking if you would like. But my intention was, and I'm going to knit it after this in one color, is just have a large monochrome shawl. But I used 3 of my favorite colors. I used Sweet Disposition. I used almost the entirety of what I had left over from my What the Fade. So Sweet Disposition into Bell Jar, and this combination was inspired by Chelsea of Legacy Knits podcast, because she knit a road trip shawl, I think, by Kemper, out of these 2 colors, and I really liked the way they played together. And then I did I Smell Snow. Esther really wants some water. But yeah, so I don't know, I really love the shape. I really love the drapiness of the fabric. I'm using a US 5 because that's what I like to knit fingering weight shawls on. I-cord edges. Yeah, so if you'd like to test knit, please email me. And then if you would like to use Stress Knits yarn, you will receive 20% off. Again, it's a 2-skein shawl. So yeah, 20% off if you want to use Stress Knits yarn. I will get the pattern to you by June 1st. Yeah, June 1st. And then if you have it done by like June 20th. Yeah. So in that range. Just because I want to make sure the pattern is good before I make it all pretty and do all of that. So, because even though it is a simple pattern, I just want to make sure numbers are correct, which is the fun part about this shawl, because I'm about to be a mom, which is so exciting. I can't believe it. You played in your water dish, didn't you? She's wet. So I wanted something that I could mindlessly work on and just pick up and put down, not really care where I'm at. So there are specific numbers at the end of each section, but even knitting this, I have forgotten increases because I'm a human being and we all do it, right? So, so yeah, it's an easy pattern to fudge. And then I will make sure to put how much yarn you need in grams to bind off, just in case you want to use as much of your last skein as possible or what have you. But yeah, so I really love big shawls, but I didn't want like 500 stitches at the end. So instead, I'm gonna have less than 300 at the end, which is ideal. And yeah, I just love garter and I love the squishiness of it. I've just been sitting and like wrapping it around myself. And again, it's not blocked and it's still on needle, so it's all scrunched up. But I just wanted something that was super wearable. I didn't have to think about, was super easy to knit, that stitch count mattered. You're all wrapped up. Stitch count mattered, but it wasn't a make or break. And something, excuse me, that was like 2 skeins of yarn, and something that you could use as a stash buster, or you could just pick a favorite color that you just want to wear all the time. It's really meant to just be this really intuitive comfort knit, because it's what I really needed in my life right now. Like I said, I've had the worst pregnancy ever. Not, that's exaggerating, but I've had a really hard pregnancy, and yeah, like we didn't think I was gonna make it this far, and so I just really wanted to make something to, I don't know, just kind of be a place marker for where I am right now. And so yeah, and then it's also a nice simple take with you project. It's not too many balls of yarn, and it's something you can knit in the car if you're going on a road trip or camping or what have you, just watching TV. I know, I really love it, and I'm really proud of it, and I hope you guys like it too. So yeah, again, if you want to test knit, email me at stressknitsyarn@gmail.com. 20% off in the shop if you want to use Stress Knits yarn. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. I feel I'm red because it's hot, and also because I get embarrassed about being excited about stuff that I do, which will probably just continue because I am going to move along into shop talk. So if you're not interested, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I'll be back next week. I should be back next week. Yeah, hopefully I will have this done. I will have this done by next week. Oh, I'm so happy I got to share it with you guys. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna move along into Stress Knits yarn stuff. So I have been planning on opening my own shop, my own website, for a while. My 2-year anniversary of opening my Etsy shop is coming up in June, which I can't believe it's been 2 years. I just keep looking at how far I've come in 2 years and where I thought I would be, and the fact that I'm taking this full time so that I can be at home with our daughter, who is due in July. Yeah, and just be able to have a source of income without leaving my home and without leaving her, because daycare is expensive, and the fact that the only reason I would be working is to pay for daycare, it just doesn't make sense for us. So, and I also didn't have a job that I was like in love with. So, I had Doug build a website for Stress Knits yarn, yeah, which is crazy. It's almost done. We are actually having our first shop update Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time, which I can't believe it happened so fast. He went and worked on it yesterday with a friend of his who's, excuse me. Sorry, babe. I'm sorry I threw it. Okay. Okay. So, this is also one of her favorite toys. It's an avocado. Sit down on the ground. Okay. So, yeah, he worked on it yesterday. I wasn't expecting to have it done until June. And I was like, so when do you think we can have a shop update? When do you think it's gonna be done? He goes, oh, you can totally have a shop update tomorrow if you want. It's gonna be done tonight. I was like, but I'm going to wait until Saturday just to get some kinks out. I'm gonna pretend like I'm a shopper and like buy a skein and just make sure everything goes well. Yeah, so Saturday at noon, stressknits.com is happening. I'm so excited. And there's gonna be a lot in the shop. So I obviously live in an apartment. I have a 4-burner stove. I'm very lucky that it's a gas stove because electric stoves stress me out. But only 3 pots fit on at a time, so that heat is evenly distributed over the yarn. So, when I say I dyed a lot of yarn and I say like 80 skeins, a lot of people are probably like, that's not a lot of yarn, but I dye a skein at a time and on 3 burners, so it's a lot of yarn for me. Yeah, so I'm super excited about it, and I came up with some really cool new colorways that I love, and I'm really excited to share with you. So I'm gonna do the wet-ish yarn first, but this is a basket of yarn. Just to show some colorways. But again, it's humid, so yarn is dyeing really slowly. But in the shop, we will have Sweet Stress Folk. Sweet Stress Folk. This is going to be on sale. It is a non-superwash worsted weight. I have 4 skeins of this in this color. So usually it would be about like $23 a skein, and it's going to be $18 because it's summer. I only have 4 and I don't know if I'm going to carry this. I'm going to reassess in the fall. But again, non-superwash worsted weight. So if you are a petite person, you could totally squeeze a weekender out of it, which is great. This is the My Jam colorway, which I figured out a way to make it this color all the time, and I'm super excited about it. So, My Jam worsted, that will be on sale. Try and do the colors that I've had before first. I have Etching. This is on Squishy. Esther's playing in her water dish. It's all good. I have Fern. One is on single, one is on soft. Babe. Then I have Birch on soft. I have 1 skein of Call Your Dad You're in a Cult on Sparkle. Esther, come here. I have a skein of, oh my goodness, Esther. It's her way of telling me she wants more water. She plays in her water bowl. But 1 skein of Pillow Mint on Squishy. I have a bunch of I Smell Snow on Favorite, Squishy, and Sparkle. Is everything else new? No. I have Bell Jar on Favorite, Squishy, and Soft. Maybe Sparkle. I have Encouragement on Sparkle and Squishy, possibly on Favorite. I have a skein of My Jam on Squishy. I have Sweet Disposition on Soft, Sparkle, Squishy, and Favorite. I think that's all the new colorways. Oh, here's another skein of Bell Jar on Squishy. I did revamp it a little bit and added like a darker teal, which I really like. Yeah. I used the new Bell Jar on in this, so that's what it looks like now, and I really like it. So there's that. Those are all of the regular colorways that I've had for a while. And then I dyed up a bunch of new colorways, and not a bunch, but a lot. So we'll start with the ones that are still a little damp that need to go back outside ASAP. So first I wanted like a really pretty, just like neutral skein. So this is called Milk Bath. I love it. So it has, it's off-white with some hints of a light rose color and a grayish blue. Esther, you're so loud. I'm so sorry this is a mess. But yeah, so this is Milk Bath. And then I've been really inspired by Andrew Mowry lately, in case you didn't know. Again, I've just been reading blog posts. I've been I've been listening to podcasts that have interviewed her. I just really enjoy her, and just really listening to her talk about her designs. Let go so I can throw it. And the colors of her What the Fade really inspired me to make a colorway. So this is Lipstick and Shawls. So again, it's an off-white with speckles of poppy, yellow, and aqua. Again, it's a little damp, but this is exactly what it looks like. So I only have 2 skeins of this because I came up with it at the very end of my dye session when I was almost out of yarn. But yeah, so I really love this, and here it is on smooth. But yeah, I just really love it. So there's that. And then I have some other new colorways. So I really wanted to round out my repertoire of colors. So I didn't have like an orange, because orange isn't really a color that I like. So I went with a more like corally, peachy orange. This is called Nectar. Nectar. There's that. Yeah. So it's just a really pretty orangey peach with speckles of brighter orange and red. It's Nectar, and I didn't have a purple. So this is Lavender Honey, because I had the best lavender honey chocolate ever on Doug's birthday. So good. So it's blowing out a little bit, but that's true to color. Lavender Honey. I really, really love this purple. Then I don't really do blue. So I did this, which is Sea Vegetable. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't blow out. That's really true to color. Sea Vegetable. I didn't have a yellow, so this is Sunny Disposition. It's a really pretty yellow with speckles of like a poppy color and aqua. This is really, really pretty. I actually think this is meant to be paired with this. So like a lot of my new colorways go really well together. Right? Love it. Again, not really my comfort zone, but just enough outside of it that I still am just enthralled with all of these colors. And then I have one really, really super special one. So, like I said, my baby shower was Sunday, and there was a quilt that I received from my mother-in-law, Doug's mom, and it's one that I registered for, but she purchased it for us, and I love it. It's a muslin quilt. It's so soft, but the colors are just really like my favorite colors right now. So I dyed up a colorway based on this quilt. So this is called, so I went back and forth between calling it what I'm calling it and something else because it's our daughter's name, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to share it, and I talked to Doug about it, and we came to the conclusion that people that are like in our everyday lives that we kind of wanted to keep the name a secret from don't watch this, and the people that are in our everyday lives that watch this already know the name, so it doesn't really matter. So this is Eliza. Yeah, so it's just, I'm gonna open up a skein because I think this is my new favorite thing that I dye. So minty blue greens with a rose and a yellow and a darker teal. So this is the colorway for our daughter, and I really, really love it. I hope you guys do too. It's a very, very special colorway. I have quite a few skeins of it going into the shop. So, Eliza. Yeah, that is all of the new yarn. So, I'm really, really excited to finally get back to dyeing and the shop. It's making me feel like a person and not just a blob that's making a human. So I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about my design. Again, if you want to test knit, let me know. I'm really worried nobody's gonna like it and nobody's gonna want to test knit it. But yeah, so watch Instagram for more information about the update and the design. So, I'm trying to think of what else is going on. Nothing really, just getting the nursery ready, dyeing up yarn, you know, doing life. So, there's that, hanging out with Esther. She's finally calmed down now that I'm done. Yeah, I think that's it though. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. I really appreciate having this community. Yeah. So, with that, I will leave you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. If you're in the States, I hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. We're not doing anything special, so I don't know. So yeah, nothing's really happening. So, I'm saying so a lot. I just need to wrap this up. Yeah, I hope you can make it to the shop update on Saturday. And yeah, everything is ready to ship. Yeah, so it'll go out Tuesday because Monday is a bank holiday. Yeah, so with that, I will talk to you next week. And I hope you have just a wonderful day. Bye.